Peace, family. Peace. Family, come on in. It's been a while. Let's reacquaint ourselves. Let's see where everyone is at. Um, Donald Trump came to town. Donald Trump is visiting or has visited the UK. You know, he just came to town. Hey, KNM84, how you doing? Rich Pagan, Limon Figa, hey, Mr. Euro, how you doing, family? Good, you're all in. You're coming on in. 22 people in. Get on. Old zones in the building. Coming in, fam. Coming in. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm back. Annabelle, how you doing? The Kuma, how you doing? Charlene. All right. Right. So, did anyone see the protests for Donald Trump visiting the UK? Okay, Raindrop, how you doing? So Donald Trump visited the UK, right? And Clive King, how you doing? So he visited the UK, and Shaka G was good, and people were protesting, right? And I'm like, people's selective outrage, for me, the selective outrage is very, very interesting. Now, let's go back to Obama's reign, because Obama was before Donald Trump, right? And Obama was a man who continued some wars against people, if I'm not mistaken. Obama was on this war thing, okay? Now, Donald Trump has not started any wars, to my knowledge. He's not abusing anyone. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I'm just not a fan of hypocrisy. How you doing, Miss London Europe? I'm just not a fan of hypocrisy. I'm really not. And it seems like what's going on here with people is that this is a personality contest and not, it's not about people's policies. It's not about what people actually do. Because if anybody needed to be like protested against, it would have been Obama. Okay, it would have been Bill Clinton. Okay, Bill Clinton, when he was in power, okay, signed a bill called the Three Strikes Law, right? So what that said is that you could have one major felony and two other convictions, and those convictions didn't matter. You could have stolen a plastic cup, you could have stolen a banana, but if you got two convictions plus one felony, you can spend life in prison. Now imagine how many people went to prison doing life under that. And people are here protesting Donald Trump. For what? Like, for what? He's not my president. But I'm just thinking, what? Like, what? Because you don't like his personality? What has he done for the American economy? Okay, what has he done for the economy? Has he helped it? Has he hindered it? Obama, the economy under Obama went like this. As far as I know, Donald Trump is making the economy go like this. What's the problem? Like, what is, people say, oh, Donald Trump, he says this, he says that. Listen, it's the stuff that you don't see that you should be really taking note of. It's the stuff, like policies, that people should really take note of. Policies that send people to war. Policies that get people life in prison. These kind of things. These are the kind of things to me that actually matter. I don't know if they matter to people because they're like, oh my God, Donald Trump's causing division. I mean, let's be honest. In America, there was division anyway. There was division under Obama. I mean, Obama divided the country like crazy. You know, there was this guy in the White House who didn't fit the stereotype of what it looked like, what an American president looked like. He caused division. He didn't mean to, but he split the country. So now, and his comments on women. Okay, so his comments on women. Okay, fantastic. His comments on women. Somebody said to me in the chat. Now, Donald Trump and the UK are selling arms and are in bed with Saudi Arabia, one of the countries to have the worst human rights record when it comes to women on the planet. You're worried about Donald Trump's, what he says about women. This man is chilling, right, with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, is beheading people, right, treating women like shit, right, and stoning people to death. And people are worried about, yeah, Trump. Now, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, right, can actually visit. He visited London last year, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, in a country where people are still being beheaded, bro. I didn't see no big protest like when Trump came to town. I didn't. I didn't see it. Anyone else see it? I never saw it. Wasn't the news like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. I mean, to me, this is the baby of the leftist media, and also social justice warriors and all that nonsense that comes along with those people who are on the left. Okay, you guys reason with emotion. That's what you do. You take your emotions and then you just bleed all over everywhere, and everyone's just supposed to just be like, oh my God, yeah, he shouldn't do this, and he should. It's just emotional. It's really just emotion. That's all that's really running people's level of politics in their head nowadays is emotion. It's like I said, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, who they're both chilling with, both the UK and the US, are killing women. They're beheading people. They're stoning people to death, bro. Women, I don't even know if they can drive now in Saudi Arabia, but I know they couldn't for a very, very long time. This is a place where a 6-year-old boy was with his mother a few months ago. It's reported in many of the papers over here. Was with his mother, and they were approached by some Sunni Muslims, and the Sunni Muslims asked them if they were Shia Muslims, and they said, yeah, they were Shia Muslims, and so they slit the boy's throat in front of his mother, 6-year-old boy. That's the kind of place, yeah, that Donald Trump is selling arms to. That kind of place. You guys are worried about, what he said about women. I said, if you go into Donald Trump's policies and you want to protest about that, I'm all for it. I am 100% for it. I'll be like, you know what? This policy wasn't good. That policy wasn't good. He never done this or he did that, and I'm protesting because of that. I'll be like, fantastic, go ahead. But that's not what people are protesting for. They're saying, oh, he's a division. He's causing division in America. He said this about women. It's just all emotional. You guys have no idea about this man's policies. You have no idea about his policy. Is he doing good for the country? Is he? You got Theresa May. Well, no longer. She's sitting down with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia too. Like, it's just hypocrisy. No one's protesting that. But you're going to protest Donald Trump. It's crazy. For me, it's crazy. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I believe the world we're living in is just an emotionally led world. I believe that people generally are told what to think now, okay? And they believe everything that they see, or what is, I thought this diary's live. They believe everything that they see or is reported by the media, which is why things like YouTube, things like BitChute, things like, alternative media has to be put out there, because the mainstream media are reporting absolute nonsense, right? And they're whipping people up into an emotional frenzy, right? And people are having so many uninformed opinions of what is going on. And when you really dig down deep, okay, as to why they feel a certain way, they can't actually tell you. Or they give an argument that is purely based off of emotion. Purely based off of emotion. And I'm just like, I'm done with the emotional argument right now, guys. I'm really done. Like, if I can't have a conversation with you and you make logical rational, reasonable points, there's absolutely no point in me having a conversation with you. And you might say, "Oh, that's ignorant and that's arrogant." But I'm like, why would I waste my time with someone who is purely a person who argues from emotion? What's Donald Trump done? What's he done? Like he's good for America. We said this on the Black Opinion. Myself, Marcus Loveless, and Big Bro. We said this on the Black Opinion. We said Donald Trump is a good president for America. If it's about American politics and trying to bring America out of the economic state that it was in, Donald Trump's your man. You may not like him, but this ain't a personality contest. Obama won the personality contest. Fantastic. He won the personality contest. He had a great personality. He could speak well, and people thought he was cool, and he played basketball, and sometimes, he took his shirt off. People are like, "Oh my God, he's such a real guy." It's like, yeah, he is a real guy. Everyone's a real guy, but the guy's policies were fucked. He fucked up the country's economy while he was there. He was still going to war while he was in power. What? Because he looked good. I swear I don't understand. Like it's like it's personality over substance. It's personality over substance. It's weird. Like I said, I wouldn't have voted for Trump. Personally, I wouldn't have voted for Trump. How you doing, Kojo? I wouldn't have voted for Trump. But then I think to myself, I don't think I would have voted for Hillary Clinton either. Do you know what I mean? It's like, the policies, I'm like, I don't know if I'm convinced by either of them. At some point in America, okay, I'm guessing in the near future, there has to be a rival political structure that arises. There has to be. This Republican or Democrat thing, it ain't working. It's not working, guys. I'm telling you, you need a political party somewhere down the line. It needs to happen. Okay? Someone needs to just say, you know what? We got this much money, we're gonna push and we're gonna fund this party, and we're gonna do it like that. And see if you can come up with something else. Because this whole political, like I said, I respect Candace Owens for what she's trying to do with the Brexit thing. But for me, you're going to lead, you want to get black people out of the Democratic Party, and I will 100% stand behind you and say, listen, the Democratic Party, okay, done bad for black people over the past, let's say, 5 decades. Done bad. But then, if you're, what are you going to do? Bring them over to the Republicans now? For what now? How is that going to benefit them? Candace Owens, in my opinion, should have started her own political party. And she might do that in the future. I don't know. She could be a leader of a new party for all I know. And actually rival someone else. Rival the two main political parties. Because this Democrat and Republican thing, it ain't working. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. I'm not championing Donald Trump. I'm just saying, Ted McCarthy, the Democrats are KKK. They were originally the KKK party. They were. Democrats were originally the KKK party. I'm not championing Donald Trump, and he's not my president. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to look at things as objectively as I can. And I'm like, the protest is BS. It's bullshit. There's no need to protest the man. Western Goddess, how you doing? Maroon Sky God, how you doing? Sorry, the end. Let me read your chat. Maroon, what did you say, Maroon? You said the end result is to create a body of people in the UK and EU that have no alliances to their respective countries, therefore easily controlled. Exactly. That's why I'm a nationalist. That's why I think that, and everyone knows that if you have a base in a country and a people, right, you're better off because you've got an economic base, you've got a voting base. Okay, you've got a group of people that are gonna back you if you do anything, right? This whole, oh yeah, I'm gonna be for this party and that party. I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't buy it. Batman, I dress like, well, God, I don't, man. Oh gosh. Yeah, man. I'm just not down for it. I'm gonna read you guys things now. Sadiq is an idiot. I'm guessing you're talking about Sadiq Khan. Shunning the president will be seen as vile by hundreds of millions of Americans. True, but I don't think he cares. Shalom says Marshall Mathers. Okay. Free auditing here says L. Ron Hubbard. Okay. How you doing, Woody? Candice is a star. Been watching her from the first ever vid, and she is going places. She might be. Jimbo the Bull says, Sarah, create the truth party. Yeah, but people are going to have different versions of the truth now. Do you know what I mean? They're going to have different versions of what the truth actually is. What do you think about the fact that America is being controlled by the Freemasons, says Universe? What are the Freemasons, and do they actually control America, is my question. People have a lot of theories about stuff. All the outrage and division is what helps him and friends gain power in the US and UK. True. Illuminati, says Universe. It's another theory, bro. In the States, the black vote, you realize they're being played, hence to replace. Yeah, I think black people should take their vote back. Create your own party. Create your own party, bro. I don't understand why people don't. I don't understand why people don't do that. Listen, the economic base that black people have in America is ridiculous. Black people got multi-millionaire this, multi-millionaire basketball players, football players, got billionaire Oprah. Jay-Z just became the first billionaire. You know, like you've just got millionaires coming out your ass. Yet and still, black Americans still occupy the bottom of the social economic ladder in America. Really? Like, seriously? Like, with that much money flowing? Really? Okay. Sarah, off subject, what do you think about the AJ fight? Do you know what? I was disappointed in the AJ fight, if I'm totally honest, but I think something else has gone on. The longer things go on, I think there's something odd. You know, there was reports now of him having a panic attack, or is it him being concussed like 8 days before and knocked out. So I don't know. I don't think it was just, for me personally, I don't think it was just cut and dry as AJ had a bad night in the ring that night. I think there were other factors that maybe played into that fight. What they are, I guess we'll never know. Just to me, it didn't look the same. It didn't look the same. It was very odd what was going on within the ring. It was very odd. I don't know. He didn't look the same. And I was like, who is this guy? And when he said it, I remember being in the corner, he was like, why do I feel like this? What's going on? And I'm like, who says that? I'm like, what's going on in that guy's brain? Like, what's gone on? I don't know. It's weird. It was just weird to me. I don't know. But AJ's a champion. I'm sure he'll be back, you know. But upsets happen though, don't they? You know, Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. Hasim Rahman beat Lennox Lewis. You know, upsets happen. It's just about how you can come back from it. What's Dylan White's take on it? Sarah says, Missy. Okay, I do like Dylan White actually. I have to look it up. Black people in America are being replaced by Mexicans and Guatemalans. That's very true. Black Americans seem to like they're gonna be the minority's minority, and I say that not wanting it to be that way, but it seems like it's gonna be that way. They're gonna be the minority's minority, you know. It's like, bro, you've been there a while now. You got a lot of time. You got a lot of money going on. Like, come on, guys, do something, you know. But then I've always said that Black Americans are one of the most divided groups that you ever find, in my view. Black Americans are actually everything. Black Americans are Hebrews. Black Americans are Muslim. Black Americans are Christian. Black Americans are ADOS. Black Americans are Abo. Black Americans are, what's the other one? Original man. They're Moors. They're what's the other one? They're also 5%ers. Black Americans are everything. And it's like, all right, let's see how you guys unify with that stuff. You know, go ahead. You know, it's on you now. What are you guys saying? Bizarrely, when a nation gains wealth, they produce less children. Happens everywhere. Really? I didn't know that. The black people in the UK are getting replaced by Islamists. Probably. Probably. Do you think multiculturalism in London has failed? Yes. I do believe multiculturalism, not in just in London, but in general, fails. And I think multiculturalism fails because you can't just throw a bunch of people together who have not some things in common, a lot of things not in common, and are like, different, and just say, get along, folks. It doesn't go like that. It really doesn't go like that. You got different personalities, you got different ideologies, you got different religions, you got different ways of, different ways of viewing life. Multiculturalism doesn't work, in my view. What does work is respecting other people and not trying to superimpose your culture on other people. I think that may work. I think a little bit more understanding may work. But multiculturalism, nah, I don't think it's worked. That's just me personally. Like a lot of human beings are xenophobic by nature. They're very standoffish. Romy Thompson, how you doing? They're very standoffish with other people. It's like a natural human inclination. They just want to like see what you're doing before they actually like invest in you. And nah, I don't think multiculturalism works. I don't. But then that's just my personal opinion. Tribalism. Did you hear John Cleese's comments? Yeah, John Cleese said that London is not English anymore. And I was like, why are people upset? He's right. It's not English anymore though. Like, why are people upset by that? This is what I'm trying to say about emotionalism. It's like saying, Sarah's not Chinese. Yeah, I'm not though. What? Why would that upset people? That someone said Sarah's not Chinese? It's like, yeah, we know that. London isn't English anymore. So, it is what it is. It's not. We can all see that London's not English anymore. If all the people that live in London, I mean, I can see that. I mean, look at me. London ain't English anymore, man. Like, it's not. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm sure people are pissed at that, but it ain't. And I've said to people, what you need to do is really think about if it's not English anymore, quote unquote white English, indigenous white European English, then you need to at least have people that live there that actually function within the culture. I've always said to people, I look at places in culture. There's a reason why when you go to Saudi Arabia that you've got to put the thing on your head as a woman and cover yourself up, because you're adhering to their culture. They have a cultural way about them in that country, and you don't step there if you think you're going to bring your culture into another country. And I've said that about every single country. So when in Rome, do as the Romans. Thank you, Lord. Thrux Owl, I think that's your name. But people tend to think that they can go into other people's cultures and just try and superimpose theirs. And it's like, bro, you can't. It's my house. We don't take off our shoes and put them on the table. What we do, we take off our shoes and we sit down nicely. That's what we do in my house. And if you think you're going to keep putting your feet on my table, it's just going to be a problem. It's just going to be a problem, bro. Like, it's just like, it's just going. You can't say, oh, but my rights as a human being in my house, we put our feet on the table. Well, then go to your house then. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be in my house kicking up your feet on my table. Like, that's cool if you want to put your feet on a table, but it ain't going to be my table. Like, that's cool. It ain't going to be mine. You can just put it up on yours. You have every right to go out there, get your own table, put your feet up on it. Good luck to you. But in this house, we don't put feet on tables. And it's really that simple for me. However, people seem to think that is really complicated. I was born here. Okay, I've paid taxes all of my life here. Okay, I, I've abided by the rules. I've never been in trouble with the police, but that's because that's the rules of the land. I understand. I'm in the land. I got to abide by the rules. That's it. Just is what it is. Do you know what I mean? If I want to, by all means, if I want to go and create Wakanda somewhere else, I'll go and do that. And I have every right to do that. And when I create my own little Wakanda and people want to come and visit, they're going to have to abide by Wakanda rules. Right? That's how we do, right? Okay. Simple. No one superimposing their stuff on anyone else, and we'll all be fine. And that goes for everyone. That's not even a shot at any particular people. Anyone thinking that they can superimpose their culture on any other people, yeah, you're going to create enemies for yourself. I've said before, be careful of the doors that you've opened, and be careful of the doors that you open as a human being. You know you're smart enough. You know that you can't just run up in people's houses, just opening doors, acting like you own the place. Someone's going to check you on it. Do you know what I mean? So let's be mindful of that as human beings. Let's be mindful of that. China uses Africa like we use China. Yeah, China does. Yeah, but the thing is, yeah, we're going to go into China and the Black Opinion at some point. The Black Opinion is still around, guys. You know, it's still coming. We're just recalibrating. Some people are out of the country and stuff. Business and all that. Sarah, what are your thoughts on fasting? I've never done it myself. It's up to you. I don't really have any thoughts on fasting, if I'm honest. I've never done it, you know. I mean, I've like detoxed and stuff. Yeah, I've done like a type of fasting, like a detox, but you know, not for any kind of religious reason or anything like that. China is literally on the moon now, says Teg MacArthur. Good that it's still going. Yeah, the Black Opinion is still going. We're just, you know, we're waiting. Is it healthy? It's an if your view. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to tell the truth, to have a real opinion on it. I haven't tried it myself. Like, I've done my detox. My detox was good for me. So if you're a detox and you want to do that, go ahead if it ain't hurting anyone. Would you like to become a Sea Org member? No, thanks, L. Ron Hubbard. I'm all right. You can keep that Scientology stuff to yourself. No Scientology over here, thanks. I'm all right. P.O., how you doing? I only take detox before a drug test that works. That's terrible. Fair enough. I guess that's your life, bro. I get that. I guess that is your life. Let's have a look. You speak sense, bro. So true, says Carl Williams. Thank you very much, Carl. Do you agree that the media is too biased left? Yes, I do. I said that before. The media is very biased on the left. Passing the duchy upon the left-hand side. I'm telling you, the media is too biased. It's too left. And so this is why you need alternative media platforms. But you know what they're doing on alternative media platforms, guys? They're banning the people from the alternative media platforms like Tommy Robinson, like Milo, even like Farrakhan, even like Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson. They're banning folks. Big Bro, ban him from Twitter. You know, they don't like an alternative view, which means they are now going to control how people think and how people feel. And that is that. What are we on, the half-hour mark? I don't like to be too long with these things. You're next on the ban list. Probably, they're already watching me. I know that for a fact. You know, they got to keep tabs on people who might, you know, upset the apple cart and stuff. Honorable Man says Trump 2020. But not Zakir Naik. No, they're not going to ban Zakir Naik. Even though he's now been done for fraud, apparently. He's been defrauding people out of millions and millions and millions. Is it any? Were you surprised? Was anyone surprised? Any religious leader, I don't trust any religious leader. When I say any, I don't even trust my own mum's pastor. When I say any, okay? I don't trust any religious leader. And people say, oh, you can't tie them all with the same brush. Bro, you're selling invisible cars. I don't trust you. Okay? I don't trust you, mate. You're trying to sell something that's invisible. I'm supposed to believe you. No thanks. I prefer to see the stuff that I'm buying. Call me crazy. Call me stupid. But I want to see the stuff that I'm buying. Okay, that time I'm gonna get it when, in some other afterlife type place. It's coming. Don't worry about it, bro. It's coming. Just keep praying and keep giving me the money every month. And no. Thank you very much. I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. But hey, people invest in religious leaders all the time and get sold bullshit. Was Trump right to say there was bad people on both sides? There's bad people everywhere, man. There's bad people everywhere. Bernie Sanders. Is Bernie Sanders running again? Really? I didn't know Bernie Sanders was running again. I have to see his policies. And the thing is, I've noticed that, too many black people are too on the left as well. That's just my own personal opinion. Like, we've just grown up on the left side of things, and I'm just like, just start to think a little bit. I'm not saying go right. I'm not saying go all the way right. I'm just saying just don't be so left, Like, try and find a happy medium somewhere, Just don't do the whole too left, too right thing. And I just think that it's with people in general, man. People in general need to learn to, be a little bit more level-headed down the line, a little bit more objective, a little bit more cerebral in their thinking. I think people need to do that more. Garvey, you don't think drifting from the left to right is based on your age in general? It could be, PL. It could be. It actually could be. I wouldn't put that past the reason. It could be that. But I believe a lot of children are raised on the left. Do you know what I mean? They're raised on the left. Politics is pantomime. It's not real. It's a show. Telling ya. I'm telling ya. Black hoods for blacks is confused to see us. Okay. I'm going to roll in about 5 minutes, fam. I don't want it to be too long. Being lefty used to be cool. Anti-establishment bollocks. Poll tax now. Poll tax not now. I don't know. I guess it used to be cool. I guess being in your emotions is cool now. That's the new cool, isn't it? That's the new, quote, soy boy generation. I'm telling you, I've had so many conversations with so many so-called men that I really want to give a tampon to, or a sanitary towel and say, hey, mate, I think you might be a little bit too emotional. The amount of conversations I've had with these kind of men, I'm like, mate, I mean, how is this a man conversation now? Why are you whining? I'm not your shrink, I'm not your I'm not your doctor. I shouldn't be having to deal with this much emotion when I'm having a conversation. I'm trying to find a happy medium here, and you're just basically just crying like a baby. So yeah, those are the type of generation of men that this left is producing. Do you think English nationalism is racist? There's racism and there's nationalism. I've always said this. I've said this. When white people say nationalist, this is a problem white people have with nationalism. This is from my own personal point of view. White nationalism has been steeped in bloodshed. It's been steeped in views for the other in a negative way. So if you were to say white nationalism, you could actually bring up pictures of the KKK. You could bring up pictures of Adolf Hitler. You could bring up lynchings. You could bring up Jim Crow laws. You get what I'm saying? When people say white nationalists, people are like, whoa, who? Whoa, hey. That's the problem white nationalists have. That nationalism, love for yourself or love for your people should not equals hate for another group. That's the problem. And I think people need to find that balance. Like, I'm a nationalist, I love black people, but I don't hate other people. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my nationalism isn't built off the hate for the white man, or the hate for the Jewish, or the hate for the Chinese, or the hate for the Indian or the Arab. It's not built off of that. A lot of people build their nationalism off of hate for other people, which is where you go wrong. Because it's like, well, where's the love for your people if all you got is hate for other people? Everyone's got a football team. Liverpool's my team. We just won the Champions League. Big up Liverpool, right? Everyone's going to back their team. But backing your team doesn't mean you hate the other team. Liverpool didn't hate Tottenham, but they're going to back themselves. I'll tell you that much. They're going to train. They're going to do whatever they need to do. They're going to do it to the best of their ability, and they're going to win. That is their plan. They don't hate Tottenham, but they love Liverpool. And that's the problem with people about nationalism. Even down to like religious nationalism. Like Islam, for instance, is based off of a lot of it of the kafir, and the kafir this, and the kafir's this, and the kafir's that. And it's about hating other people. It's like some kind of disrespect or derogatory terms for other people. It's like, bro, if you love your shit, go ahead and love your shit. Which is why when you look at other religious systems like Hinduism or Buddhism or even other African spiritual systems, it's not built off of hate for other people. They just love doing what they're doing. Oh, I love my ancestors. Oh, I love my God. Oh, I love Shiva. Oh, I love Vishnu. Oh, I love, do you know what I mean? Brahmin. Or they love their God. They don't love their God to hate other people. There's no teaching that says, oh, and you see those ones, we don't like them. It's a bit weird to me. It's like you need an enemy. Like you shouldn't actually need an enemy for your stuff to be great. I don't need an enemy. I don't. If somebody creates an enemy out of me, that's on them. But I don't need one. I'm actually cool and just doing my own thing. I don't need an enemy. Don't create an enemy out of me for no reason. Oh, but he's black and he's a nigger and he's like, okay, cool. Now you create an enemy. You know, I wasn't doing anything to you, but you know, that's what you want to do. Then go ahead. But then don't create enemies and then cry and bitch when your enemies attack back. Do you know what I mean? Like we had that a lot of Speaker's Corner, like people saying, oh, but you're a hate preacher against Islam and you say this against the Prophet. And I'm like, bro, I can literally read your scripture and find them talking about me. Not me specifically, but anything that I do. I'm the kafir, I'm the non-believer. The non-believer is the worst of all creatures. I'm like, shit, fuck, I don't even know this religion. Like, but in it, you're telling me that I'm the worst of all creatures? The fuck did I do? Oh, because you don't believe in Allah. I'm like, who the fuck is Allah? Like, bro, this ain't my shit. This is your shit. So just do your shit. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's weird when people build their whole kind of stuff based off of other people's, or based off of hate for another group. It's crazy. People got too much time, man. People got too much time. What did you guys say here? Could you understand if you meant you're nationalist and you believe in United Kingdom, but you also identify more closely? I do identify more closely with black people. I do. But like I said, for me, that's not a problem. For other people, they may find it a problem. But I'm not trying to hurt no one with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like kill white people, kill them all. Like, that's not my nationalism. Like, I've been living in this country fine and dandy without having to quote unquote kill white people or kill the establishment or do this and do that. I live quite nice here, you know? Like, I will repatriate back to Africa, you know? And, you know, it's cool. Like, I'm not trying to hurt anyone, but that's what I'm trying to say. When people hear nationalism, they assume someone's going to be on the receiving end of some real foul shit. And that is due to the history of white nationalism. So it's like people judging you by the standards that they already had or their people already had. And I'm like, bro, that's not me. That's not what I'm doing. That may be what you may be doing or your folks did, but that's not what I'm doing. We all need to be lawful rebellion and drive out Sharia. It's unlawful. Fact. Mate, I'm not gonna lie, the politicians of this country have like really allowed that Islam to take a foothold, and I can't see it going anywhere anytime soon. And the Muslims love it, and they're like, Islam will dominate the world. And I'm just like, bro, like, your politicians were mad. This is why when you go to China and China are treating Islam and Muslims the way they're treating them, I'm like, you know what? It's a smart move. People may not like it, but strategically, it's a smart move. They're not going to allow this ideology to take hold. They've seen what it can do. They've seen what it's done to other countries, and they're like, no siree. We are a nationalist nation. We love China and Chinese things, and this is not going to be in our nation like it is in the other nations in Sweden, like it is other nations in Germany. The Chinese are very strategic people. They're like, no, 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 no. They banned Ramadan. The Chinese actually banned Ramadan. Ramadan. Yeah, Ramadan. Ramadan. Yeah, Ramadan. So I'm like, it's a good move, in my view. People say, oh my God, that's Islamophobia. Like, bro, like, please get out of my face with that shit. Like, by now, we should know that Islamophobia is a made up term. You know, we should know that that is a made up term for people who don't adhere to what you want them to adhere to. There's no Islamophobia, bro. Like, I'm not scared, irrationally fearful of your religion. That's what a phobia is. A phobia is an irrational fear or aversion to something. If I don't like your religion, it's not because I'm irrationally scared. It's because I've seen what the stuff can do. As a black man, personally, I've seen Islam go into Africa and castrate African people and enslave them and still have them enslaved. But I'm not supposed to be a little bit like, whoa, of that. I'm supposed to be like, yeah, bring it in. No, thanks. No, I've seen what it can do. Why would I be okay with that? Like, and I've told black Muslims this time and time and time and time and again. Just research Islam's foray into Africa and how it happened. Just see how Islam came into Africa, 642 AD, into North Africa, raping, robbing, pillaging, enslaving, castrating. I've done so many videos on it, so you can't tell me that I'm Islamophobe. I'm like, no, I'm just smart, mate. I've seen what it can do, and I don't want it. So call that what you want, but I'm not no Islamophobe. That might stick with someone else, but that's not going to stick with me. It is not going to stick with me. Christianity done the same thing after Islam. Christianity, though, like I said, Christianity is like still in Christianity is sending in Africa. It's sending black people crazy. I'm not gonna lie. You got black people eating grass and friggin', you know, like doing apparently raising people from the dead and all this kind of bullshit. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's the power of Jesus. I was like, fuck's sake, you guys are so fucking stupid. You know, like, it's still sending black people crazy. However, it's not physically enslaving them, you know. Islam is still physically enslaving black people in parts of Africa and the Middle East. Still, you can still buy a black person as a slave in the Islamic world. You can't buy them in a Christian world under Christianity anymore. However, you will get black people in church just doing the most dumb shit, having the pastors take off their knickers because, I don't know, their knickers are some kind of devil and shit. He's just wanting to fucking look at a pussy and all this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, you're so fucking dumb. Like, you're so stupid. You know, you've got, I don't know, man. Like, Christianity done a number on black people's brains just as much as Islam done a number on black people's brains. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is. I think we should put them both down. Mate. So, yeah. Start from the beginning. Just start from, let's be logical. You know? Just let's be logical, please. Let's just be logical, rational, and reasonable about this. So, yeah. I'm atheist too. There's a lot of atheists up in here. That's good. It's a start, folks. It's a start. At least you're not going to kill me in the name of atheism. What God is your? I've seen like people say, "Oh my God, atheists do have a belief and they have a prophet, and his name is Stephen Hawkins. And I'm like, only a religious person would come up with such a dumb argument like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, only a religious person would do that and say that. So, yeah, it is what it is. Dub Viking, how you doing? But yeah, fam, I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna leave you lot to it. We're 45 minutes in. But yeah, it's been good catching up. Like I said, watch out. We got some good content coming actually. We just filmed something. I'm not saying what it is, but myself and a doink just filmed something. Coming out soon enough. Editing stuff down, etc., etc. But I'm not telling you what it is. But I'm sure you'll like it. But yeah, we got some stuff coming. So stay tuned. And take care of yourselves, fam. Peace, family.